Hello Rangers, we are back. As you can see from the title, today I'm throwing my 10 pence in and exposing build videos within Fallout 76 because they have blown up on YouTube in the past couple of years. There's many people making build videos now, me including. I also make build videos, not always the best build videos out there. My build videos are super mediocre, but obviously they've got me somewhere down the line. But they are like super mediocre. But the build videos that we're going to expose today are the insane damage build videos. The build videos where they don't properly explain what they're actually doing, and they're doing 1 million damage without actually explaining how they get into the point that they're doing 1 million damage. And even when they are getting to the point of 1 million damage, they're using consumables, stim packs, Mentos, Chems, everything to get there. And guess what? With Chems, food, it's temporary. You cannot do 1 million damage. You cannot do 263k per bullet in Fallout 76 permanently. It's a temporary fixture. So today, that is what we are talking about. We are talking about these ridiculous high damage build videos that are spreading throughout the Fallout 76 community and are not actually viable builds in the game themselves. So, let's take a look. Obviously, I'm a Kitty Ranger. I make build videos, and obviously, as you can see, I've made an abundance of build videos over time. My build videos are not about committing the most egregious amount of damage in the game, because you can do insane damage on this game, but insane damage comes at a price in Fallout, and insane AP comes at a cost in Fallout, and that is consumables. And that's a lot of things that the community that do make build videos don't actually explain. So today I've typed in on YouTube. A lot of players who are big players within the Fallout 76 community will know a couple of names what you see on screen now. These are some of the worst offenders for making build videos that are temporary builds, not actually day-to-day roaming the wasteland, progressing through the game builds. And they are as what I call temporary high damage builds, which are really not viable within the game. So let's start from the top. I typed in Fallout 76 build. Maybe let's type in Fallout 76 builds, not build. As you see, straight from the top, we've got a big offender there for clickbaiting, but everyone can see that. But this is the part we want to have a look at. 11k damage, 100k DPS, 2-shot fixer build is broken. Most broken fixer build, 8k damage. It's crazy. And when you actually go and look at these build videos, the character itself is absolutely riddled in chems, food buffs, and everything. And that's what they don't explain, is that chems and food buffs are temporary buffs. That's why they call it a buff. It's not actually a build. Again, is one of the big offenders. Great content created, by the way. Some of this person's build videos are absolutely fantastic. But it's the titles and it's the clickbaiting, and that's because the player base of Fallout 76 is so low at the moment. The people whose biggest videos are based around making Fallout 76 videos need to still draw in the player base as best they can, because there's literally nothing going on in Fallout 76 at the moment. So how do you get people to still watch your channel? Clickbait. So the first one is updated Elder Smart build after the nerf. The big nerf from about a month and a half ago. 136k DPS. Trust me, that DPS right there, it's from chems, it's from buffs, it's from mutations, it's from negating the mutations themselves. The funniest one, and the one what actually made me want to make this video, let me just find it. So a great friend there, a great content creator, Mr. Westtech himself. Fantastic build videos. But again, on some of the build videos themselves, you will see in the comments, and this is not just that person themselves, it's all the way down here. You'll see that if you go and look in the comments for some of these high damage builds, there's other players literally saying, you're doing that much damage, but I'm not. What am I doing wrong? And you're not doing anything wrong. They've just sold you a bad build. The best build inside Fallout 76 is the build that gets you through the game on a daily basis, is the daily driver. Whatever daily driver build you have, whatever build helps you finish a raid, helps you finish a nuke event, Earl, anyone like that, those are the best builds. These high damage builds that are being sold to the player base themselves, and a lot of these builds are targeted at new players. So if a new player comes in and sees this particular thumbnail in itself, yeah, they're going to go bananas. So that's 60 damage per hit. How do I get that? What they don't explain to you is you can't actually do this outside the raid itself. A lot of this happens inside the raid. This 6-day damage? 6k damage? No, 8k damage. There's one that I'm looking for, and it was in the shorts feed. Let's go through. Let's go back, because I think I saw it here. See, this is what has changed as well. So in the past couple of months within itself, there's a lot of people now, and sorry, it looks like I'm targeting a specific content creator themselves. I'm really not. It's a majority of content creators doing the same thing, where they're putting big numbers on the thumbnail, and the players themselves aren't actually seeing those results. And that's the problem. That's the problem people are upset with. So you see now people doing no consumables. There it is. Here's the video I'm talking about. I'm not going to put it on just in case, you know, obviously I get in trouble for using somebody else's content, but you know, searching YouTube is completely free for me to do, especially on a video. 1 million plus DPS. See, I've watched this short video myself, and it's got 95k views. Yeah, the video does nothing to explain the damage, and you actually don't see the damage number on the screen. It's just basically a very short video of him saying, "Oh my god, I've just done 1 million DPS." Without actually explaining. There is a full video for this, but in this full video, you have to do so many micro things to get to this point, and it's very temporary, very temporary situation, that it's just basically clickbait at this point. This thumbnail within itself is clickbait. Like this one, insane 263k damage per shot build. Yeah? Crazy. Keep going down. Look, now this is another one. No coffee, no Chems. They started placing that now, but if you go back about 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago, no one was actually declaring this. So like, there's a turtle, everyone knows who I'm referring to, used to. Oh, there we go. This particular content creator themselves would never actually realistically explain this back in the day. So they do like EN06 solo build runs, but never actually show the player how they are soloing EN06. And behind all that damage and all that damage output, they are using mutations, negating mutation effects. So if you take a mutation that you already own on top of the mutation itself, it completely negates the negative effects of that whole mutation. So in theory, you are stacking, you have to stack all these little variables in place, like this extra AP, extra damage, extra critical damage, and you stack. And once you have those stacks from consuming certain items, certain chems and stuff, then you have this amazing build, and then 15 minutes later your build just goes back to normal, and it's just another generic mid-tier damage build. That's literally what it is. So a lot of these videos here, a lot of the build videos are just literally clickbait. They're literally clickbait. Instant kills. It's not. I've watched this one myself, and this is from like 11 months ago. It's not instant kills at all. The Tesla rifle itself cannot one-shot anyone. There's very few guns inside Fallout 76 that can one-shot an enemy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's very few guns that can one-shot an enemy. And the Tesla rifle is not one of them. It's definitely not one of them. It can't do instant builds. Another one of my favourites, Elder's Mart build is broken. Everyone knows it's broken. It just gets nerfed later on. They nerf everything. There we go. There's a realistic build video. Ultimate sniper build, one-shot kills. Yes, The snipers can one-shot kill a majority of enemies, but if you take those enemies up to Burning Spring, those weapons up to Burning Springs, it's not one-shotting. So what I'm trying to make the point of is, when you are watching build videos, especially the more prominent build videos, be very careful what you're choosing and be very aware that a lot of these build videos require stacking of chems, stacking of mutations, stacking of food buffs, and it's temporary. The build videos you should be aiming to look at, and a lot of these prominent content creators for Fallout 76 do have these build videos. Look for the build videos, what get you through the game, that make the game enjoyable and that are actually true end game builds. High damage builds are not true end game. They are gimmick builds and always will be. Always will be. Soul the Guardian, 47 seconds, 6k damage. Another person, this is one of the people who I've seen get called out in the comments plenty of times, been called out for the ridiculousness of not telling people that they were using chems, buffs through the roof. Another instant favourite, talking about the item shop. It's not relevant to this video, but we'll get into that one day. Overpowered early. I never trust any build video like anything like this. New 8k damage fits build, but then next week there's another new damage build and it's 11k next week. It's crazy. The game, what people are forgetting is, and if you actually look into it, the game is constantly being updated at all times. And that the moment they do post these videos, I was reading some comments today, is like some person was literally saying, can you just stop posting these videos? Just, I'm getting this build now and it's just nerfed the next day, or on the next update it's completely nerfed, and now I've got this broken build and I've gave you my viewership and that build's broken now. That's not the responsibility of the content creator themselves. I'm just saying, like, be very aware what builds you're going for, and that the best build you can have is the build that gets you through the game, not these insane, ridiculous, look at all these insane. They're insane. 10k damage per bullet. 8k damage. 112 damage DPS. Majority of the time, no, it's not. It's chem related. It's chem related, it's food buff related. Honesty is the best policy with the build videos. A couple of my build videos, you don't need to take any chems and you still do insane damage. So there it is, Nuka Knights there. Really honest build videos. I really like Nuka Knights. There's some really honest build videos. AI thumbnails, love them. Let's talk about Don Pedro. Don Pedro as well. But solo, any boss build guide. Don't watch these things. Like, watch them if you enjoy this content creator. But the Don Pedro itself, I remember I made a build video about it 3-4 months ago. It was trash. The Don Pedro is trash. It's trash. It's a fan service gun. And it took me a while to be convinced of this, but plenty of people will tell me, trash, 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 trash. It is trash. It's been nerfed. So, like, one of the comments I was reading on someone's video today is, oh, I've done your Don Pedro build, but it's been nerfed to hell. So now it's a rubbish build, and now I've got to restart from the ground up. And this is the point I'm going to say, and this is the point I want to finish on. The best build you can make, the best build you can make is not from the YouTube videos. It's not my build. It's not the build over here. It's not the build over there. It's the build that makes you comfortable. It's the build that makes you happy. It's the build that performs, completes, and gets you everything you want in the game. The game's a grind anyway. So play the build what you are comfortable with. Play the build that makes you happy. And this is, I'm calling out Fallout 76 content creators now, and especially the most prominent ones themselves, who declare doing insane damage and stuff like that. Stop selling a bad product. Sell, I give you greatest advice now, sell builds that actually help people with the game. But the thing is, they don't want to sell these builds. Do you want me to tell you why they don't want to sell these builds? You only need to watch that video once. I don't need to clock in for the next video. I don't need to clock into the next video that tells me I can now do 8k damage, 11k damage. Make builds that are viable throughout the game. You can do any content without the game. instead of moving the goalpost every single time. Move the goalpost, move the goalpost. Bethesda moved the goalpost enough instead of riddling YouTube with these abundance of ridiculous build videos. They're crazy. Look, infinite AP cryolator build is secretly OP inside the raid. Inside the raid itself. Anywhere else, it's rubbish. 600k DPS. That's been patched. Chainsaw's been patched. It can't do that anymore. And as well, it could get there through chem use. Nothing else. This was an entertaining one. The Elder's Hawk method. I was using the Tomahawk to kill EN06, but most of the time it was just the Elder's, man. It's absolutely crazy. These are crazy things. So yeah, like, just scroll through. Honestly, one day, type in Fallout 76 builds, watch some of those actual Fallout 76 builds yourself, and look at the ridiculousness when you actually click them, and how impossible it is to achieve what they're doing. Because what they are doing is making temporary solutions to long-term problems. And that's it. When the actual solution is make actual builds that are viable long-term. Thank you very much, Rangers. That's me done.